8 floors. That's how long an elevator ride usually is. Long enough to fix your reputation or torch it, depending on what you say to the person who just threw you under the bus in the meeting you both left. We'll come back to that elevator. For now, if you've ever walked out of an argument and only found the perfect words later in the shower, I'm with you. In my early 20s, I burned bridges I didn't need to burn. In my work with teams now, I help people do the opposite, keep their power without raising their volume. The quiet truth is simple. Calm isn't passive, calm is power. Not the power to crush people, the power to steer outcomes, protect relationships, and still like yourself in the mirror tomorrow. Here's how the power starts: a 5-second window between trigger and reaction. It's small, but it's the hinge the door swings on. In that window, use 3 moves: breathe, name, aim. Breathe once with a longer exhale than inhale. That longer exhale is your built-in brake pedal. Name what's happening in neutral words. I'm noticing heat. I'm noticing I feel defensive. This matters to me. Aim by asking a tiny future question. 10 minutes from now, what do I want to be true? Not 10 years. 10 minutes. Do I want clarity? A fair outcome? A relationship that still exists after this? 5 seconds. Breathe. Name. Aim. If you remember nothing else, remember that. Now the framework I reach for when the conversation actually starts. C.A.L.M. Check, anchor, listen and label, make the move. And yes, I'm keeping check tight so it doesn't duplicate the 5-second window. Check is just a micro body scan. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, let your exhale lengthen. Done. Anchor is your intention filter. Respect plus clarity. Fairness without revenge. Boundary without burning the bridge. Say it to yourself and run your words through it. Listen and label is the social magic. Really listen, then put a short label on what you're hearing. Left out, worried about cost, needs a fast fix. When people feel named accurately, they calm down enough to cooperate. Make the move is where you act. Ask one clarifying question, propose a concrete step, or set a boundary and keep it. Let's clear a myth while we're here. Myth: calm means losing. Fact: calm preserves leverage. Calm lets you say no without theatrics, yes without self-erasing, and not now without ghosting. Calm isn't about winning the argument. It's about winning the next week of your life. Micro skills time: the tools you actually pull out in real moments. First, the 2-sentence boundary. 1 sentence signals care or purpose. 1 sets the condition. I want to handle this well, and I'll only continue if we keep voices low. I care about you, and I won't stay in a conversation where I'm being insulted. Care plus condition draws the field lines without throwing a grenade. Second, the outcome question. What would a good outcome look like for you? Vents turn into plans when the brain looks forward instead of backward. Third, the specific ask. Action plus timestamp. Send your portion by Friday at noon lands. Please communicate more floats away. Fourth, the paired apology. What I did plus a direct repair. I cut you off. I want to hear your budget idea from the top. Ownership without groveling calms people. Fifth, the opt-out with a time. I'm not in the headspace to do this well. I'm going to pause and pick it back up at 3. Time is an avoidance when it protects quality. And a 6th one for your thumbs, the receipt check before you hit send. Am I sending this to solve it or to score points? Will I be proud of this in a week? Many messages don't survive those 2 questions. Let's ground this in real life with specific stakes. Picture a packed coffee shop at 8:12 a.m. The espresso machine hisses, tickets stack, someone's playlist leaks out of their earbuds. A customer realizes their order isn't right, and that tiny fuse starts burning. Calm changes the ending. The person behind the counter takes one longer exhale, keeps their shoulders down, names the frustration, fixes the drink, adds a small, thoughtful extra. Result: a 2-minute turnaround, a nearly certain 1-star meltdown avoided, and a morning rush that stays on schedule for everyone behind that customer. That's not just vibes. That's throughput and reputation saved by 10 seconds of composure. Pattern break. Quick self-check. Is your default to solve it or to score points? Be honest. Knowing that answer before your next tough conversation will save you from yourself. Another arena. The apartment you share with someone you like enough to live with, but not enough to enjoy their dishes fossilizing in the sink. Dishes are never just dishes. They're invisible essays that say, I respect you or I don't. C.A.L.M stops the essay war. Use the 5-second window at the doorway, then run C.A.L.M. Check your body, anchor your intention to peace plus hygiene plus friendship, listen and label the week honestly, then make the move. Offer a plan you both can live with, alternate days or split by tasks based on which one each of you hates less. Add a rule that saves resentment. If you can't do your day, text by 8 p.m. so the other person isn't ambushed. Result, sync cleared within 24 hours, zero passive aggressive texts that week, and a friendship that doesn't smell like defeat. Myth versus fact. Another quick break. Myth, clarity requires a full speech. Fact, clarity fits on a post-it. The longer you talk under stress, the more it sounds like a lecture. Next, the office at 4:58 p.m. on Friday. Your manager swings by with a deck due Monday morning. Old you sacrifices the entire weekend and builds quiet resentment, or explodes and buys a ticket to awkward city. New you breathes once, anchors to respect plus boundaries plus quality, labels the urgency, and offers 2 paths. If Monday is non-negotiable, you can hit it by dropping Project X and getting support from Y to protect quality. Otherwise, a solid Tuesday 10 a.m. draft is realistic and strong. Result, weekend saved, Tuesday draft wins the pitch, and your manager trusts you more because you think in trade-offs instead of melodrama. Your body either supports your calm or sabotages it. 3 tiny physical adjustments change rooms. Soften your eyes and relax your eyebrows so your face stops broadcasting contempt. Keep your hands visible. Palms lightly up every so often signals openness without submission. Plant your feet and drop your shoulders. You look and feel harder to tip. Pair those with one vocal tweak. Go a notch quieter. People lean in. When they lean in, the rhythm slows. When the rhythm slows, better sentences show up. Some people won't meet you halfway. Calm doesn't guarantee cooperation. It guarantees that you'll like your side of the story. When someone is committed to chaos, shorten your sentences, lower your volume. Ask one clear question. What specific change are you asking for? Follow with the 2-sentence boundary. If it keeps spiraling, exit with a time to revisit. After, treat your shaking hands like weather passing. Walk, drink water, let your exhale be longer, text a friend who reminds you of your intention instead of pouring gasoline. That's aftercare, and it turns a hard moment into a completed rep instead of a wound you keep picking at. Keep a tiny playlist of quiet power phrases on the inside of your mind. Here's what I'm hearing. Tell me if I've got it right. I want to get this right, so I'm going to slow down. I can't do X, but I can do Y. I respect your perspective. Mine is different, and here's the short version. How would you like to solve this? I'm not okay with that. These lines are short enough to remember under pressure and strong enough to move the conversation. Before you walk into a tough moment, run a 60-second pregame, 2 long exhales, a 6-word intention like clarity plus respect plus boundary, 1 sentence that defines a good outcome, 1 opening line that begins with listening, echo what you understood and confirm it, 1 non-negotiable boundary, 1 exit line if things go off the rails. That minute pays off like compound interest. Important safety note, if you're dealing with a harassment or abuse, the best move is to exit and get support. Calm serves you. It does not bind you to endure harm. There's also a difference between calm and silence that matters. Calm speaks when needed and rests when not. Silence hopes problems evaporate and grows resentment in the dark. We're not training ghosts, we're training adults who can protect peace and tell the truth. Make yourself a 6-line contract for the next 7 days. When I feel heat, I'll take 1 long exhale. I'll state my intention before I argue. I'll use 1 accurate label per conversation. I'll ask for 1 concrete outcome. If it gets toxic, I'll pause and reschedule. I'll debrief for 2 minutes afterward, what went well, and 1 upgrade for next time. 6 lines. Big difference.